Thanks and welcome to join me on the 6:15 News. I'm Kejang Henry Atimbe. Let's flag off with our top stories. Outreach and lamentations after council authorities demolished makeshift shops around the congested Ndokoti market. Traders in tears as they confess of having contracted loans for end-of-year business. And the Cameroon Bar Association castigates the executive arm of the government for manipulating the judiciary with fraudulent acts, says it gives Cameroon a regrettable image in the world. And the nation pays tribute to Egbeko 26 killed by separatists on November 6. Top stories. Welcome to join me. I'm Kejang Henry Atimbe for the 6:15 News. And social media platforms are open for consultation on Canal International on YouTube as well as on Facebook. Now we begin from Douala 5, where council authorities have begun what is known as Operation Keep Douala 5 Clean. The first aggressive move was at Ndokoti, where dozens of makeshift shops were brought down by council authorities. The midnight destruction has left traders on the crossroad, as many of them are wondering what we'll do next after having contracted loans for end-of-year business. Details with Christy Ari.
Traders in Ndokoti are nappy in the interim after Council Hygiene and Sanitation Division embarked on a destruction gala of temporary structures. The traders are outraged due to the timing of the destruction, which coincides with end-of-year festivities.
Hier soir, ils sont passés nous avertir.
They came yesterday in the evening and told us that they have tooth broke, but we were surprised to receive calls this 12 a.m. that they were destroying already. During this festive period, we don't know how we will do.
Nous ne savions pas comment on doit fonctionner.
Commuters hold that the council has done a good job by cleaning up the dirty street of temporary structures. They, however, frowned that the victims were never notified ahead of time.
Déjà, il fallait les avertir avant de casser.
They were supposed to alert them before the breakage. This situation will leave several persons in their house, but positively, I see it keeps the city clean. Pedestrians and cars cannot circulate without problem.
On peut circuler sans problème.
This is really disorganized during this festive period where several persons are trying to get their daily bread. They were not supposed to destroy their jobs at this period. Many people have suffered significant losses as their goods were destroyed and some stolen. We lost several goods, even some phones of customers. We lost several things.
Donc on a perdu énormément de choses. On sait que nous on est sur les murs de la brasserie, c'est la brasserie qui peut nous chasser, mais on se gagne plus de 11 heures du matin. Même nos habits qu'on avait laissés, on a laissé cela. On a ramassé les gars, on volé les téléphones. On a tout cassé, volé les téléphones, l'argent, on a perdu.
The business community now finds itself in a state of uncertainty. As they grapple with the aftermath of this unfortunate incident, many are confused on what to do, especially as they had contracted loans for end-of-year business.
A Christian reporting there, the Cameroon Bar Association has castigated the executive arm of the government for manipulating the judiciary, with fraudulent acts. It gives Cameroon a very dirty image across the world. In a roundtable reflection that took place yesterday in Yaoundé with stakeholders, the lawyers reiterated that corruption must stop. Our Yaoundé correspondent is Hyson Chia.
The Cameroonian Bar Association is highly grateful with the recent happenings in the country. Actions that are robbing the justice system in the mud.
I wrote to the Minister Delegate at the Presidency in charge of defense, drawing his attention to the fact that something incurably wrong, something strange is happening, that an examining magistrate is alleged to have sent out a court ruling. Thereafter, less than 24 hours, he sends out a correspondence saying that ruling is not authentic. There is proof that that ruling was served by the registrar of his court. Then something is wrong. We are not interested in the content of the ruling. We don't care whether the people merited bail or they didn't merit bail. But what we are saying is that the entire justice system of this country has been put to question by that confusion. So we expected the military justice system to come out and clear the air. Let us know what actually happened and let somebody be held responsible for that. Because if we are in a country where court decisions need some other instrument to say whether it is authentic or not, then we are doomed.
The bâtonnier Mba Eric laments over the fact that the scandals perpetrated by high-ranking authorities keep multiplying and Cameroonians kept in the dark.
A week earlier, in the National Assembly, where it was read on national radio that somebody had been replaced, and the Speaker of the National Assembly wrote saying that that was fake. And up to this moment, no investigations have been done. I think the Cameroonian population, they deserve to be told what is happening. Yes, our elected leaders or designated or appointed leaders owe us the duty to tell us what is happening. We cannot be treated like guinea pigs. Things happen and nobody comes out to explain to us. That is the position of the bar.
The Bar Commission for the Fight Against Corruption, in a roundtable conference, revealed that the country loses hundreds of billions to corruption yearly, and this is greatly hampering the development of the country.
When you hear the figures they call there, 300 and something billion, 400 and something billion, those are amounts of money that can build hospitals, can equip good universities and schools for our children, for this country, and we will emerge.
A call for all sectors to rise up, like the bar, for a collective fight against the cankerworm drowning the country.
Thanks, Hyacinth Chair. As Cameroon plans to reach emergence by 2035, access to finance for small and medium-sized enterprises is not easy to boost their activities. In fact, state guarantees to facilitate the process do not seem to solve the problem, as interest rates, both short-term and long-term, is very preoccupying. This was made known during the plenary assembly of the Chamber of Commerce, Industry, Mines and Craft that took place in Yaoundé, or wrapped up this day in Yaoundé.
In spite of state guarantees to facilitate access to financing to enterprises in Cameroon, more than 31% of companies refuse bank financing proposals due to unfavorable interest rates, while 43% that fail to obtain requested loans are confronted with insufficiency of guarantees offered. These constituted part of discussions at the 4th Plenary Assembly of the 2020-2024 mandates of the Chamber of Commerce, Industries, Mines and Crafts that held in Douala December 13 and 14, 2023, where enterprises were edified on strategies to promote the import substitution policy and procedures for the obtention of state guarantees.
We are happy that the Cameroon government is proposing concrete solutions for the financing of enterprises in Cameroon. Without financing, the private sector cannot progress. We are happy that the President of the Chamber of Commerce is taking measures to ensure enterprises have access to finances, and this measure is gradually becoming effective.
At the plenary assembly, the Chamber of Commerce examined its 2023 realized projects, presented the 2024 action plan, which necessitates a budget of close to 5 billion francs CFA, an increase of 375.6 million francs CFA.
For the next year, we intend to work again with the government to give what we call the information, to give the formation, to give the training to the young people in our incubator center in Bonaberi. Our budget of the year 2024 is 4.9 billion of francs CFA. In that budget, we have given a very high part to the young people, to make the training of the young people in our incubator center.
It was an occasion for transporters trade unions and the University of Bedwa to sign conventions with the Ministry of Commerce, Industries, Mines and Crafts to boost their activities.
And the former president of the Cameroon Employers Association, GICAM, has expressed frustrations over taxes which government keeps increasing year in, year out, especially within the present context of inflationary situation. Celestin Tawamba told the Minister of Finance during the Constitutive Assembly of GICAM and ICAM that led to the merger, saying that this is actually suffocating companies in the country. Once more, Ambo Gladys.
Celestin Tawamba, one of the transition presidents of the new employers organization, GICAM, was blunt and spoke without mincing words how the government can construct toll gates without a proper road network, expressing worries how intercontinental exchanges will be promoted without infrastructures. At the Constituent General Assembly of the two major entities, he also lambasted government over suffocating innovative taxes in the present inflationary context, concerns which the Minister of Finance did not approve of.
This is not true. You know, when we calculate what we call pression fiscale, we are less than 13%. In some other countries, they have already reached 20%. That means that there's still room for some taxes. But the problem is that, and this, we understand it, is that it's only some societies who pay taxes. This is not good.
To justify these, the Minister of Finance emphasized that to broaden the country's tax base, Cameroon cannot depend only on oil revenues.
We need taxes. This is what I've been saying. We are in a country where the production of oil is decreasing steadily. It's decreasing. So we cannot rely on oil production. And what do? You need money. You need money to address all the problems we are facing. And we can only do that with taxes. But what I said is that it's not only those who are paying, those who should continue to pay.
According to the minister, the move is expected to boost domestic revenue and increase the overall fiscal pressure in the country, aligning closer to the African average reported at 16%. The new employers organization is therefore expected to influence public policies henceforth for a better economic development of Cameroon.
Thanks very much, Ambo Gladys Dibang. And one of Cameroon's civil society organizations, the EPOP, is crusading for clean water, especially as it is so lagging in urban settings. So this was during a workshop that took place in Douala, as Christy Ari tells us.
Scientists, researchers, professors were at the heart of this workshop, organized on the 13th of December 2023, on the theme Water in the City Between Shortage, Nuisance and Risks. The reason we organized this after pub, it was to bring out some elements that were captured, testimonies of the population on the scandal they live. The objectives is that there should be a dialogue between scientists, research, to sit and think on how to ameliorate this pertinent issue.
Dans les décisions concernant les projets de développement durable.
We clean the place which is next to the well or forage because we will avoid pollution. With our shoes, it's not good to wash dishes next to the forage because this water can enter in the soil and pollute our groundwater.
Water scarcity has been a prevalent issue. The economy is surged by the problem of flood and lack of potable water. To better accommodate this pertinent issue, the mine gave tips in order to get a better drilled water.
Les risques liés à la consommation des eaux de...
To what consists of the consumption of drilled water, the risks are high because most of these drills are not constructed according to the rule given by the minier. We command that all drills should be constructed at least 60 meters deeply. The population must try at least to approach the minier for us to give the right method to get a good source of water.
Fiable pour la consommation de l'eau.
The water issue is a pressing concern that encompasses shortages, nuisance, and risks to the health.
Thanks very much, Christy. And the people of Egbekwa village in Mamfe, or Manu division of the Southwest region, have been told to strive for a return to peace in their locality and to denounce all suspected persons with connections with terrorist activities. And so the call was made in Mamfe during a tribute paid by the nation to the 26 people who were killed on November 6, 2023. Our Southwest Chief Correspondent, Ines Odwabala, reports.
On the 6th of November 2023, armed men stormed Egbekwa village in Manu division of the Southwest region of Cameroon. The suspected separatist fighters set ablaze 12 houses before killing 26 persons. An atrocity condemned by the population. The nation is today paying tribute to fallen victims of the Egbekwa massacre. With deep sorrow and tears, family members cry for justice. The event at the Mamfe ceremonial ground is presided over by Southwest Governor, bearer of a condolence message of the head of state to the population of Manu. Bernardo Kaliabilai, in strong terms, called on the people of Manu to denounce atrocity and terrorists.
The people are known, but they continue to secret. How are they living? Because they have the assistance from the family's members. So let all the leaders, beginning from the administrative authorities, right through the traditional leader, the chiefs of the villages, denounce. And they just not denounce. They must invite the families.
This a message did not in the ear.
I'm using this medium to denounce all those names that I called in the grandstand. They have the opportunity to drop their arms and join the digital center, or they will neutralize them. The population have now decided to make sure, give information to the forces of law and order.
In Mamfe, like elsewhere in the Southwest and Northwest regions of Cameroon, the population say enough is enough. They are hoping for peace to return.
Thanks very much, Ines Odwabala, our Chief Correspondent in the Southwest region. And all the roads will lead to Bamenda in the Northwest region of the country for the elective General Assembly of the Cameroon Association of English-Speaking Journalists, CAMASEJ, slated to take place on Saturday, December 16, 2023. And preparations actually are intensifying as candidates vying for the different positions are already crisscrossing the towns or the different towns of the country to canvass for votes. So far, 3 candidates are vying for the position of presidency. Jude Viban, the incumbent president, and equally have Victor Bamacham, who is the publisher of the Municipal Update, and of course, Terence Sa Anibon, who is equally vying for the position of the president. And so preparations are intensifying despite the fact that motions have been made for it to be suspended to a later date. And that draws the curtain for this edition of the 650 News. I've been Kejang Henry Atembe, wishing you a wonderful weekend. God bless you.